No Jaime custom skin for me today, folks. As much as you loved it in the pack opening, it's a limited time deal, okay? But what's not limited is the content for you guys. And today we're going to be taking a look at Thavas and Lambros, the main Aqua Force units for G-Era. Thavas will get much more support in the future. Lambros is one of the best Aqua Force strides ever printed. Is still actually used to this very day in Premium. And so today we're going to take a look at Aqua Force and how it looks in the G-Era right now. And let me tell you already, it feels like a pretty strong top meta deck right now. Honestly, you can do up to 7 attacks in a turn, which is pretty insane considering that if you've pushed your opponent properly on turn 3, that can actually be like very lethal. Let's take a look at it. All right, so let's take a look at the list. And there's one thing I really want to talk about when we start talking about the deck itself, because there's one slot in this deck that is very flexible. But of course, first things first, here is the general skeleton of things. So there's quite a few staples, there's some techs, and there's some things you can definitely like experiment with. So let's talk about the staples first, right? Thavas, of course, is your main grade 3, you need to be running it as 4. It has a GB2 which says when it attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle of that turn or more, for that battle it gains a crit, and your opponent cannot guard with grade 0s, which is just a nice little guard restrict. But of course, where it mainly shines is the unstride effect, which is when your G unit strides, you give it the following effect. When your unit attacks the opponent's Vanguard, if it's the exactly 4th battle of that turn, you choose 3 of your opponent's rear guards and you randomly retire 1 of them. It doesn't actually randomly retire prioritizing, sorry. It actually just like randomly picks from one of the 3. So if they have like 1 back row and 2 fronts, you might hit a front. So that's quite nice just to give us like free retire. It's literally free, especially in this deck. And of course, you gain 3k when you ride it. The other staple, in my opinion, of course, is Heal Guardians. These are 15k shields. And also Diamantes, I think, is also very important because we have to be hitting 4 attacks consistently. Diamantes says when he attacks, if it's the Vanguard, if it's the first battle of that turn, he gets plus 3k, and then he switches with the thing behind him and goes to the back row. And he also has a skill to once per turn count +1, and for that turn, when he attacks for the first battle of the turn, he ignores intercept, which of course we know pretty well. Basil has the exact same skill, but he's a grade 2 with 8k power, so he's an 11k attacker, whereas Diamantes is 12k. We also run Basil at 4 times because they are just the best ways to get 4 attacks, basically. The other staple I would say is Magnum Assault. Magnum Assault is an insanely good card, and yes, I'm not running Tidal. I feel like Tidal is a little bit awkward in Aqua Force right now. I've seen some lists play with it, but honestly, I've found the most success with Magnum. Magnum says GB1 once per turn when he attacks the Vanguard at the end of that battle. If he was boosted, count +1, stand him, and if you stood him, he gains plus 2k. So he's an extra attack that gets extra power, and if you put Lambros' power up on him, that's going to be, you know, something that asks for a heal guard or even a PG. So that is really good. Magnum Assault is amazing. Of course, the Stride Fodder / Thavas Searcher is a staple, and so are the countercharging PGs. And I would say that the one Penguin is also a staple. Soul Blaster's draw card is always good. And now we get on to the flex slots, right? So the flex slots is actually first as grade 1. So I run Wheel Assault. Wheel Assault says at the end of the battle, boosted count +1, you can choose 2 rear guards and switch their positions. Now I've tested many different grade 1s in this slot. Let me show you which ones I've actually tested, and they're all good. They're all good. And I'm honestly not sure which one to go with in the end. At first, I tested Ortia. She's a GB1 once per turn. At the end of the battle that she boosted, count +1, soul blast 1. You stand the boosted rear guard, but it loses 5k power, and she has resist, which is pretty good when Kagero is still running around. And also it's nice because it will help us achieve 4 attacks if we don't have Diamantes or Basil in hand, which is pretty good. The resist is her main selling factor though, in my opinion. I also played this guy, the Tactics Sailor. When the boosted attack hits a Vanguard, if it was the 4th or more battle of that turn, draw a card. This doesn't really go off that often, but it's a free draw if it does work, which was pretty cool to me as well. Sadly, I would have loved to play the Stacia, but she went from plus 3k power to plus 2. So her skill is GB1, she can attack from the back row, and when she attacks from the back row, she gains plus 2k, so she only hits for 8. She used to hit for 9, so she would be able to trade away intercepts, but now she's basically useless, which is pretty unfortunate. Please buff her soon. But yeah, so like this slot is honestly very flexible, and that's why like you can try any of those 3, to be honest. I enjoyed the Stacia, not the Stacia, the Ortilia quite a lot, but Wheel Assault is pretty good when you run Basil, because that way you can still push the intercept back into the front, so that way you can still like fend off 2 attacks without having to commit your heal guards and PGs or take damage. Then there's the 12k attacker. So this is the GB1 when attacks Vanguard gain plus 3k. You can also run the Coral Assault, which is also a 12k attacker if it's attacking for the 3rd or more battle. It's just that sometimes I want to have a 12k attack that can go face on the first attack, especially on the first strike turn where I don't care about getting to 4 attacks, I can just do 3. So that's why I run the Rode. She's Just like, I think whether you run Coral Assault or this one, they're both fine. Then I run 2 Algos. Algos is a nice little like tech. If it comes up, it's good. If it doesn't, it's fine. When its attack hits a Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle or more, then it draws a card. And when it attacks, if it's the 4th battle or more, you can counterblast 1 to give him plus 5k. We actually have a lot of counterblasts to spare in this deck. Like, you only really counterblast for Magnum, Basil, Diamantes. Like, that's basically it. Nothing else really CBs. We run countercharging PGs on top of that, because our strides don't cost CB outside of this guy, which we don't really use much. So speaking of strides, our first stride is always going to be the Tidal Bore Dragon, like 99% of the time. When its attack hits a Vanguard, if it's the 3rd or more battle of that turn, you draw a card, and then you may choose a card from your hand and call it. So you can choose to draw and not call, which is very nice, but if you want to push for a 4th attack, you can also do that. But it's just a good way to farm for your 4th turn, in which you're always going to go into, well, not always, most times going to go into Lambros. And in my opinion, Lambros is the one stride you want 4 times. Like, honestly, this will stay as a 4 for a very long time. So I honestly don't feel, I crafted my 4th one. I don't feel bad about it because it's going to be useful for a long time. You can get away with 2, but I feel really good being able to like use 1 Lambros to push sometimes, then use 1 Lambros to finish the game with. So he says GB2 when he attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 4th or more battle of that turn, you can G Persona Blast and then stand 2 of your rear guards, and for that turn give them plus 5k. So yes, it's not as strong as it was in the TCG where it gave plus 10, but that's fine, because honestly you can stand 2 units in the same column, like a Magnum Assault for example, which will then attack 2 times with that bonus power, which is really, really good. So it's just really good. Like, if your opponent's at 5, you can stand both of your front rows and swing for 2 more attacks to the face. If they're at 4, you might, you know, if you just push them to 5 with this attack, you might have to stand a whole column, so make sure to factor that in. The last stride we play the 2 of is the Aristotle. So when he attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 3rd or more battle of that turn, then you can counterblast 1 and choose to put in his rear guard and retire it. So it's, if you need to retire 2 things with Thavas' skill involved, then you can go for this, but honestly, never really go into it. So yeah, I think that's basically the deck. We've explained everything except for the starter, I guess. So I'm running the Bubble Edge, because I tested the new one and it was okay, but I feel like Bubble Edge still does things way better. Like, if you have a nice setup, this is just gonna draw you 2 cards and give you a soul, which is pretty good. So he goes to the soul for his ability and gives one of your units the following ability. When it attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 4th or more battle that turn, draw a card. So you can give this to a Magnum on a Lambros turn, it's going to draw you 2 cards, because it's going to restand and then swing again, so you get to draw twice off of that, which is really, really good. So hopefully we can show that off during this video. Alright, so let's get into it and run some games now with Mr. Thavas. So as I was saying, like, this is the list in this deck, you can really like change it up as much as you want. Like the grade 1s especially, you can really adjust to your liking. I think there's quite a bit of like flexibility there. Grade 2s as well, like some people run completely different things. I think the Algos tech is actually quite fun, so just experiment with it. Ooh, we're gonna play against Namepin, playing Gear Chronicle. So Gear's matchup, I've played against it a few times. It depends how aggressive they start out, which usually they don't. We're going second, which means we get first stride, so we really need to just like secure the Thavas and a stride fodder, which we don't have right now, so we're gonna just go full mulligan for that. We have a stride fodder technically in the Diamantes, but no stride, no like Nikki or Thavas inside, which are the 2 most important parts of the equation right now. So let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it. So we have a grade 1 ride, we have a Diamant and a Thavas. Okay, perfect. We have stride fodder, we have like the pieces. Now, see, normally I like to call this to the rear, left or right, but we call it to the middle when we're going second, because sometimes they just like, you have to ride Basil, or they like, some of these lists run tanky vanillas, so you just kind of like go with that in mind, right? You just go with that in mind. He loses a PG, which is pretty good actually. That's a good sight. Goes into the Ishin, so he's not running tanky vanillas, or at least hasn't popped up yet. But I don't know, man, I've just had a few games where I just like get like completely brutally destroyed because I like called my starter to the wrong column. Just kind of unfortunate. Let's see here. So we're not gonna actually use Magnum on turn 3. Turn 3 we're gonna go for the for our first stride for only 3 attacks. So we don't actually need the Magnum until turn 4. So this is gonna be just a slow push. I expect him to put down maybe an intercept next turn. Hopefully. That would be good for us, because we can basically then go Diamantes with the 12k attacker on the other side. So he's gonna ride into the Chronojet here. Alright, excellent. Goes into Chronojet, and let's see if he's gonna push it in. Yes, he is gonna go for the counter charger. Attacking with it first, because of course it's not gonna hit otherwise. We get another draw defensively. 2 heals in hand, which isn't too bad because those are heal guards. Does he get a second check trigger? He does not. We said 2 damage, which is quite good actually. That's quite good. We can ride into Thavas. I'll let the animation rock. Let me put up the volume a little bit for you guys. Oh, it does a whoosh like that. Thavas! Very cool. Alright, let me put the music down again. Alright, so we can drop one of our Thavases for the strike cost and go into the Hydro... What was his name again? Tidal Bore. Not Hydro Hurricane. Tidal Bore. Different card. Completely different card. Alright, so this will just be traded into like this. So when I start out with a Diamantes, basically just like swing 3 times. We could go for 4th attack just to like clear out the starter, but I don't think it's that big of a... that important, I guess. Not that big of a deal. So let's just go with this. Push him to 4 basically this turn so that we have a nice Lambros turn for the next one. Yes, we do deny our own heals, but I value the aggression a bit more than anything else right now. I know people, you know, it's not as passive as Victor would be, but I think it's fine. Alright, we need to find a grade 1 at some point to actually boost our boy Magnum Assault soon. So hopefully this draw will find us one. Yes, it does. Excellent. We don't need to call anything, so we just pass on it. So he's going to be at 4 damage. We let the starter live. I think it's fine. And we're probably going to lose the intercept, go to the bottom of the deck for Chrono Jet's effect. I wonder if he's going to actually wipe my Diamantes. Or like, let's see what he wants to wipe from the board. Or if he just like goes for the Mystery Flare. Of course he does. Alright, am I going to get extra turn memed? Am I going to get extra turn memed? That means he's not bot decking my intercept, which means he has to commit more things to the board just to like trade away pieces, which is... it's fine, I guess. If he had the counter, if he didn't call down the counter charge the last turn, he would have been fine. See, like this is not great. You just put down two of your like stride fodders down for the sake of you know, just doing this. So I'm gonna swing rear first, which is fine. We get another draw defensive. We are sacking, capital S, sacking over here. So he's gonna use the starter, make it 31k power. Gets a heal. That's actually pretty nasty. So I have to use one Lambros for pushing, and then use another one for winning, probably. So I think we still go Lambros next turn anyway. And he heals out of Mystery Flare, which is cool. No intercepts for him though, which is like pretty huge. Let's see, what's my next turn here? So we can do Diamantes into technically anything. And then Magnum Assault attack twice. I think we just like farm for a kill turn with Lambros here. I think that works. So let's go into Lambros. I think we can ditch the regular stride fodder here actually. For once. I want to keep the Thavas in case I need an 11k attacker later on. That's like the only reason. Let's go Lambros. Good boy Lambros. Beautiful, nice Kizu card. Ooh, nice. We drew Wheel Assault, which is quite good actually. So that means I can actually commit a Basil and then trade them off, which is pretty sick. So we can basically do this. We have enough CB for everything because we don't have to burn a CB now for the Basil anymore. Yeah, we're just gonna go for like a pretty greedy turn here. That's basically how I'll put it. It's a pretty greedy turn. I'm not gonna dance around the fact. So we're gonna swing here like this. Then we're gonna swing this into rear. Then we're gonna basically... How many heals do I have left in deck? I have 2 left. But I think the likelihood of them coming up is pretty high. The thing is that I'm debating is, if he hits a defense, he goes to 26, right? If I restand this column, it goes up to 26 as well. What I'm thinking is like... I want a Wheel Assault. I kind of want to swing with this. If he doesn't hit a defensive, I need a trigger. Oh, I don't have many triggers left. Okay, you know what? Let's see. If he doesn't... So I'm just like calculating the different ways this could go. Because if we don't trigger and he does, and I do this right, then... I just have to think, because it's going to be 26 restanding into only 16, which doesn't hit anyway, so maybe it's fine? Maybe it's fine, is what I'm going to go with. He doesn't check a trigger. We're going to use the Wheel Assault here, I want to say, just to swap these around. I think that's fine. I'm not going to use the Magnum Assault yet. Swing with Lambros. Use this effect. Please hit the back row. Thank you. And then use the effect here. Sorry, I'm running out of time because I thought too long. It's nothing too deep. So we're going to restand that column, get a Penguin, followed by the one and only draw. Draw into the heel though, that's unfortunate. But now look at this, we're swinging for 21 with that Magnum Assault. So we're going to swing once, 31, draw 1 from the starter. He's going to PG it. And then, that's not all folks. We have the Magnum Assault restand. He's going to come in with a 21. Don't use the thingy. Swing again. Draw again. He had another PG. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But now we have double intercept that he's gonna have to fight pretty hard to get over, and we have a pretty plentiful hand of many cards. Let's put it that way. Of course, now I need to draw into another Magnum Assault for future turns, but it's fine. We basically went through like what, a heal guard? We went through a heal guard and 2 PGs there. It's pretty good. He's gonna Mystery Flare me again? What a mad lad. Okay, surely he's gonna use Chronon Jet. Okay, he's gonna use Glimmer Breath. Fine. It was one or the other. One or the other. So this way he gets one swing to face in. No, he can't swing face. He has to swing Mystery Flare first to hit, and then he has to call a booster down to make the other column still hit while I'm at 5. Yeah, like that. That's fine. Okay. So he swings like this, then he's gonna Mystery Flare me. Not Mr. Flare, Mystery Flare. He's gonna check a heal. If he checks 2, that shuts down his thing again. I wouldn't really want him to check 2 though. It's kind of bad for me, to be honest. Alright. Damn, okay, well the crit is gonna shut down his Mystery Flare. I'm gonna just PG that. And then, take a damage. And he's gonna give it to me too, so I can actually, like, choke him out of heal range. And I think he still has a heal left, so it's pretty good. He hasn't seen any of mine, which is kind of funny. And I don't overdraw, which is good too. And he's gonna just concede because I think he knew that we can just pull off another turn of Lambros goodness. So, GG's to our opponent. Probably should have taken those crits out if Mystery Flare is the main game plan, but pretty good game. Pretty good game. Definitely quite happy with that one. So, we're also almost at Legend 10, which is good. So if we can win the next one, should normally be good. Alright, it's Gamer Hour. Ooh, Neo Nectar this time, so this might be Asha. I haven't seen... Most Asha players I've seen usually rock the Togaha skin. I think most Asha players like to show off a little bit at least. I don't think I need PGs early. As weird as this may look, I'd rather keep the Basil. I need another grade 1 to ride. I don't want to ride the PG. That's not a grade 1. That's not a grade 1 or a Thavas. Alright, please draw me something good. Alright, it does look like Asha. Shit. Well, we're gonna have to hope then. We're gonna have to get on that Hopium real quick and hopefully find ourselves another Nikki or a Thavas. Would you have kept that PG just to ride it? Is that a play? I feel like that's not a play. I feel like you don't prioritize it that hard. Alright. Rides the Pier. Or the Pia? Pia. Pier is the the Royal Paladin one. Quite ironically, the Royal Paladin copy of this card. Oh, is this Maidens? Oh, but I've seen some Asha lists also that run like Maidens as well. Wheel Assault, if you would have come earlier, it would have been great. Alright, we're gonna ride the Magnum. Not gonna like over push or anything, just like swing pass. We heal the PG in damage, which is nice because that will activate the counter charging immediately. That's good also in case I get Great Stuck, which is fine. But yeah, let's see if my greed punishes me or not. Let's see it. We run a lot of grade 3s, you know, comparatively. This is a fair bit. I'm actually running 9, which you need to run 9 draws, by the way. Like, this deck definitely needs the 9 draws. The crits are out of the question. Oh, my man already has the Asha rank reward. He's been climbing. I need one more win. No, my Stride Water. Okay, Thavas came. That's good. Somehow it worked out. Somehow it worked out. We top decked our way to victory. Well, not victory yet. We top decked our way out of a brick. This hand is very precious. I'm gonna just swing pass. It's been a slow start to the game, so I think it's fine just like swing pass sometimes. We need a Basil or a Diamantes, ironically, right now. Okay, looks like it's a Maiden. It's like Asha Maidens. I've seen this deck before. Quite a few people run it. Like, they run 9 draw, and basically they just run like 4 Asha, and then like some mixture of the Maidens. And then, I don't think either of them are a heal trigger. They're all draws. And then you run 4 of the heal guards, so you basically just like... I wonder what the ratio are, because I guess you want to run 4 of this, maybe 3 of this, and then 2 of the other one. Because you have to Persona rank for the other, Persona Blast, sorry, for the old Maiden, right? Okay, it's gonna go into the Arborea. So Arborea allows you to copy one of your rears after it hits. So you basically, it's basically like a Gabblade. That's how you should think about that. You know, I'm trying to think what set 3 might be, and I feel like it might be time for like Gurgwit and like Claret Sword and like Messiahs. And I'm wondering what the GRs are gonna be. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what will the GRs be? Like, would they really make like Campbell the GR? Would they really make like that on-hit Shadow Paladin Stride a GR just to not make Aura Geyser GR? Or will they be greedy, as they have been, and make Aura Geyser GR? I feel like they might. That'd be so dirty. What I'm not looking forward to is like when the Chronon Jet set the next stage set comes out, and like next stage will probably be a GR. But then if they make Dream Spinning Asha and like Aerial Ultmile GRs, That's gonna be nasty. Like, don't do that. Do not do that. That is so nasty. Ooh, how do you have space for crits? You run all those maidens and Asha and you have a space for a crit? Does he run like two of the maidens maybe? Surely has to. Like, I can't see any other way. Alright, this might be where Wheel of Salt actually like put some work in, because I cannot see how else we're gonna pull through this matchup right now for the 4th attacks. We're on 4 already. One Basil ran around and ran face first into the damage zone. Oh, that's I guess I hit a defensive, so I don't blame you. Do I even have Stride Fodder? Hello, I don't. That is nasty. Well, it's okay. We can try to farm up. Probably dropping this. It's not great, but it's fine, I guess. We have a bit too many Magnums, so I think it's okay. These are all of our Magnums gone, by the way, because we rode one. So we have to be careful. These 2 Magnums are very important now, so treat them with care. Caution. Treat them with care. I kind of want to call the Wheel Assault. I feel like I need both intercepts or I die? Am I right in that? In thinking that? I have a heal and a PG. Next turn, realistically, he goes Primavera. Yeah, he can go Primavera. He needs to like overcall one thing. If he goes Primavera, I'm screwed. I think I have to call both intercepts. That sucks. We have to be really careful. Please draw Stride Fodder is basically what I'm praying for here. Just draw Stride Fodder. I beg. I plead. Heal is good too. Okay, heal is very good too. That's gonna help us survive a little bit. Alright. Stride Fodder is all going to the bottom. It hurts. It hurts. Alright, draw me something. Yes. But Diamantes want to use offensively. I don't want to drop it for Stride. Give me Thavas or a Stride Fodder. Give me the grade 1 Stride Fodder, please. Alright. These 2 intercepts will hold it down for now. We have to keep in mind this is our last Magnum, though. The last Magnum in our hand. Because we just want to Stride. And it's not really good because, like, our opponent's not even at 4. When your opponent's not at 4, the Thavas Lambros push is, like... It's good, but it's not good enough. Let's just put it that way. So the things we need for next turn is, like, we need another attacker... My wish list for this Christmas. Another attacker to put after Diamantes, and then like a Stride Fodder or something. So basically, realistically, I have to hit a draw into Stride Fodder and then top deck into like a grade 2. Excellent. Oh, going for Arborea again? Normally this is where you go for Jingle Flower or like Primavera, but I guess he wants to keep copying stuff with... Oh, that's pretty good because you can actually keep copying this. Oh, he's gonna call this from hand first and then make another Mare Dream? Okay. Running the Mare Dreams. It's pretty interesting. Alright, swinging unboosted and then you can basically like make another Mare Dream or make a 12k attacker. It's pretty good. I wonder what he's gonna copy after it hits. Ooh, okay. Yeah, but if you call... Whichever one you call, it doesn't really... Oh my god. Okay, I think we don't even go for Lambros here. When your opponent's at 2 damage, Lambros is actually like impossible. We drew into an attacker slash Stride Fodder, actually. I think we're gonna just go for another... Like, literally the same Stride, I think. I don't see a reason not to go for our second title bar. We're getting what I asked for. My Christmas wish list is coming true. But we're back to square one. He healed down and now we're back to square one. I think we just go into you again. Lambros just doesn't do enough when you're on 4. Unless I choose to like try to draw cards. But we draw more cards with this anyway. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. I don't see any other out. Don't see any other out. If we can top deck another intercept, that'd be really cool. I don't want to commit my last Magnum here. PG is good too though, not gonna lie. PG is good too. Can I get away without using this Magnum? I feel like ditching that Magnum for Stride is like biting me super hard right now. Can I get away with it? I don't think I can. I think I need to commit it and like use it like this. And then we're gonna use just the Wheel Assault to like shuffle around the attackers, I guess. It really sucks, but I think this is what we have to do. We're gonna do like this. It's like awkward, but I want to make sure that I can get rid of something in the back row too. Because he's setting up for something in the back row, which I don't like at all. Whiff's a heal. The whiffed heal is fine, actually. I don't mind that. If we can check a heal of our own... I'm thinking of, like, shuffling this Wheel Assault Or like shuffling the starter back. Shuffling it back into the back row. So that we can make use of the Diamantes. But also, like, I want to keep the Diamantes in hand to strike with it and then use the one on the field next turn. So I think we'll keep it where it is. I think. And just see what we draw for this. Okay, we killed the 12k attacker. That's good. We heal, which is excellent. That's excellent. Okay. Do we get another one? Basil. 12k attacker. Okay. It's progressing? That's a regular PG. That's interesting. Alright, we get another Stride Fodder. We have another Diamantes. We have plays. This is a long game just because both players are healing left and right. Alright. If he goes into Jingle Flower, I'm done for. That's like the only bad thing about this matchup is that Jingle Flower, like, is unironically really good. Jingle Flower is unironically really good. So let's see. Next turn I have Diamantes to put behind the Diamantes. And hopefully I can draw into an attacker to like put instead of the starter there. My opponent's thinking he might be aiming for Primavera. I hope he is. Primavera would be good for me because then I can survive it. If he goes for Jingle Flower, I'm like really screwed. I'm really screwed because he like gets defensive power and I don't have like Retire. I'm not like, don't have a Berserk Dragon at my disposal, so it's kind of rough. Ooh, hard striding. Okay, ran out of grade 3s. That's good news bears for me. Okay, Primavera, good. Good. Don't need to worry about Jingle Flower. That's nice. So yeah, Primavera. Gotta make sure you don't run out of time because you do need quite a lot of time for the combos that this deck does. What will he call here? Ooh, Gladiolus, but needs another booster for that then. He didn't... Oh, okay, he's copying like that. Okay, that's fine. So you basically want to swing... Oh, the timer! Gotta move fast. Oh, he's gonna copy it like that? That doesn't give power, right? It just calls it. Oh, he's gonna use... Yeah, not using the skill because you want to use Primavera. And then you're gonna use the Primavera here to... remake... Gladiolus and... this guy? Mare Dream? Uh-oh. The timer ran out. The timer literally ran out. Oh my god. Yo, he overcalled his starter too. Gets a draw. I wonder if the game will let him continue playing after this attack. Uh-oh. That's the most dramatic timer run out. Ooh, that's it. That's all she wrote. That's the most dramatic timer run out I've ever seen. That was pretty sad, but it's time for Lambroke time. It's time for good old Lambroke to show the world how it's done once more. Once again. Let's go, Lambros. Let's go, Lambros. Draw into another PG. Let's go. Alright. All the defense is showing up now. It's good. Alright, so we're going to give the starter to the Vanguard this time because this will be the 4th attack. Don't need to worry about anything else. And then... technically, we can just do this and this. So no intercepts. We're just going to go in there and be brave. Just be brave. So let's see if he gets defensive. That will change how I order my attacks. Gets a defensive. Gets a defensive. So I think here... How many triggers do I have left in the deck? 1. Fantastic. Immaculate. So here we have to basically like attack with this and then restand this column. So we're going in for 2 PG checks, which is pretty interesting. Alright, we have a lot of effects going off here. First we draw, then we retire. Doesn't really matter which one because they're the same. And then we restand this column. Alright, so it's going to be 26, so it gets over the 21k power here. We don't have any triggers left in deck. These are all going to be blanks. Alright, all blanks. Heal Guardian comes through. How many heals do you have left? That's the last one, okay. And then 26, PG. Yup, there's a PG. Alright. Yeah, we can swap, but there's no point to doing it, right? Yeah, there's no point in doing it. I think we still survive. We still, oddly enough, survive. Because he doesn't have the Counterblast to do Primavera. And I have 3 PGs in the Heal Guardian. Once again, Jingle Flower is my biggest enemy. My biggest fear is Jingle Flower. Like, if he goes for Jingle Flower, then I might not even be able to hit next turn, which is pretty sad. Nah, but the timer, don't forget, it hasn't refreshed from last time. It's the same as before. Okay, he has a Pudmini in hand. Alright, striding into, is it Jingle Flower? No, it is! It is. Okay, this could be bad. This could be very, very bad. Depending on what he targets. Because he put back a lot of stuff last turn with the Primavera. Oh no, not the Pia. Oh my god, he ran out of time already. He can't even use Jingle Flower. The turn just ends. He literally lost because he timed out 2 times. Damn. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Not the most exciting way to end off a deck and fight, but I mean, we would have survived that, but I was looking forward to the challenge of getting over the Jingle Flower columns, because if you could set up double intercept, then that would have been really hard to get over, because they would have been super huge with the PS in the back. But sadly, one of the big things is playing to the timer, you know, in this game, and we get the Asha. Pretty fitting. We defeat an Asha to get the rank reward Asha. So that's quite cool. So excellent way to finish it off. Not the most satisfactory. Somehow leaves you wanting more, but we're already pushing over 30 minutes on this deck and fight. So we're going to call it there. All right. So once again, I'll just quickly show you the deck list if you guys want to check it once more. Again, the grade 1 slot where we have Wheel Assault is pretty flexible. You got to see Wheel Assault do a lot of work actually in this fight. The cards that didn't really show up were the Algos and the 12k attacker, if anything. And Basil was quite MIA, but I guess it's fine. But I hope you guys enjoyed the deck and fight. Thavas is very, very fun. I really enjoy using it. It's been my main go-to for ranked. Next up, we'll be covering Asha, and as you can see, it can be a little bit of a struggle, so I'll do my best with it, but sadly that deck really feels like it needs a lot more support to be good in Zero. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel as well. On that note, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.